Yes, people. Waffled on in a building. What are you saying, people? Make sure you slap up the likes early. Yeah, I'm doing an early post-match, whatever you want to talk about, show today. I know it's going to be pretty bland and pretty quiet, but sometimes you got to do the little quiet streams and people are going to filter in a bit and that. But yeah, people, man, if I'm sounding a bit croaky today, it's because I'm fasting. 23rd day. But listen, I want to get into the game yesterday, man, because trust me, wallahi, embarrassing yesterday. Now, when you're at the top, it doesn't mean that you don't get criticized. When you're at the bottom, it doesn't stop. There's nothing that stops criticism, even when you're at the top. And this is what grinds me about certain fans. Yeah, I'm talking to you fans, the likes who like to spring we're top of the Champions League, we're top of the league and all that kind of stuff. And we all get that buzz, yeah. But when it comes to knockout stages, real things are gone. It's not a joke thing. Now, you can accept a few poor performances. And yes, the record says that we've only lost 3 games all season throughout the Champions League and throughout the Premier League, FA Cup, wherever, League Cup and all that kind of stuff. That's an amazing record when you look at it. But we should be getting better now. The players should be getting better. The likes of Saka should be getting better. We shouldn't have to be here questioning, are they still injured? Are they tired? Are they this? Are they that? We should be seeing better performances at least. Now, we can do the stinky thing and be happy to get over the line. I understand that. But what I saw yesterday was embarrassing. And it's not just the one player, because I'm going to talk about this player in a minute, yeah? But it's not just based on Saka, yeah? Because Saka's the scapegoat, yeah? Other players were absolutely rubbish as well. So, yeah, Saka's going to get his... He's going to get his, yeah? But he wasn't the only person that was rubbish out there also, yeah? We started that game, I think first 5-10 minutes, we looked half decent. Remember Martinelli getting that chance, Eze with the little, dummy. I think Gyökeres passes the ball. Martinelli shoots and it hits the crossbar. And then after that, Gabriel's doing up some backup dancing with that young striker, is it Kofane or whatever his name is, just doing bozo things, yeah, like just fouling him, just passing. The passing in the team was absolutely shambolic, yeah. Saliba, Gabriel, Nkapie. I've seen this movie too often. I keep asking you guys, yeah? I keep asking you guys, yeah? Yesterday's performance, yeah? In the start of the game, we're in round 16, first leg, yeah? I ask you guys this all the time, and none of you Arsenal fans, yeah, can ever give me an answer. You can never give me an answer, yeah? Why wasn't we prepared? Why was we not prepared yesterday? It's one thing to see the players jumping about and doing the slaps. Didn't you see on the training field the other day, the feel good atmosphere, and you know, you got Arteta and Rice running through the little, I don't know what you call it again, running through the tunnel with all the players and laughing and all that. So what was that last night then? What was that last night? Because what I watched, I'm so glad I had to leave. And I'm glad that we scored towards the end of the game. Penalty was rubbish, by the way, as well. Yeah, it was one of them trickling ones. Yeah, and if he had missed, I would not have been surprised. But to see that performance yesterday, it was embarrassing. It was shocking. First and foremost, I want to know what Arteta said to the players before they went out. And I want to know what the players thought when they was on the pitch. Did they think like us? Because I thought this was going to be a 3-0 back. I just thought this was going to be a 3-0, 4-0. No, I didn't think 4-0. That's Cape's thing. I thought it was going to be about 3-0. That's what I thought. I didn't think Bayer Leverkusen would have it in them. I didn't even think Bayer. How about this? I didn't even think Bayer Leverkusen were all that. I didn't think they had to be all that. I just felt that, you know what? Yeah, they done the right things. They done the basics. They done the basics. Look at their goal. And let's talk about the foul from their centre back. So he's made a foul in the first few minutes, and then he's kind of like barged Gyökeres. That for me is a second yellow, but I'm not going to cry about that. They get a corner, and I think the ball goes back in. No one's marking their centre back. Easy header. They're actually first. There was a great header. Was it first or was it after? After, sorry, because they could have went 2-0 up in it, and that would have been finished the game. Raya kept us in the game with that brilliant header from that cross. And that was a beautiful save. I think either a bit more left or a bit more right, and we would have been staring at a 2-0 loss. Absolutely embarrassing. Now, I'm not calling Bayer Leverkusen no mugs, by the way. But our approach as a club for that game was shocking. Absolutely shocking. Players just thought they could rock up and win that game yesterday, just like the fans did. Let's be real. Let's be real. We all thought we're going into that game easy win because Arsenal were the top. You know, we finished top of the table. We just thought we're going to the last 16 and just dubs up a team. Now I've got some news for all of you guys. Yeah, forget about everything else for a minute. Yeah, the Champions League is a competition, and if you have a route where it's favorable, you take as much opportunity as you can rather than just doing stupidness in that game, rather than just like being lethargic, not taking your opportunities. How many opportunities? I think that we only had three shots in the whole game, and one of them was a penalty. This type of football, man, is like, for me, capital punishment, bro. Capital punishment, bro. This type of football. You get a football, yeah, and he just acts it because, brother, I can't deal with this type of football. I can't deal with this type of football, man. Everton on Saturday, there needs to be some kind of something at the Emirates, yeah, because what I saw yesterday was absolutely embarrassing. Saka, don't pick on Saka. I'll talk about who I want to on my channel. I'll speak about whoever I want on my channel. Saka, I don't know what he was trying to do yesterday, man. He did come up against a very good player in Grimaldo, though. and Grimaldo bossed him. But this Timber and Saka combination at times just is not it. You know, it's actually Timber that gets in the better positions than Saka whilst they're advancing up the pitch. But he's not someone that's going to go past to a man and put a ball in, even though he did try to put in a few crosses. That's Saka's job. That's Saka's duty. You know, when what's his name, Noni came on, he made Saka look like Dowman. No, sorry, Saka made Noni look like Dowman when he came on, because he was getting past his man, he was getting into the box. It was absolutely embarrassing. Forget about the price tag for once. For 1 minute. You don't expect that for any of your players on that pitch. Yeah. Rice and Zubimendi, I keep saying this, yeah. In certain games, you need to break up that boring pivot. You need to bring someone else on, like maybe a Norgard. That's someone that's more forward thinking. You know, I would have probably brought on Dowman yesterday. Do you know that, to just shake up things, just to give a little bit of excitement. Yeah, we're always obsessed with this control thing. Yeah, and to be honest, yeah, Bayer Leverkusen didn't really create that many opportunities. It's one of them type of games that, you know, it could have easily been a 1-0. But we could have finished that game probably 2-3 up if we had maybe, you know, took the handbrake off and maybe brought in, you know, a few more attacking players. You know, Martinelli, apart from that one little run and that shot, was poor. Zubi, don't know what he was doing. You know, that midfield was getting overrun. That you didn't even have to control the midfield; it was just being overrun. Gabriel at the back as well. I don't know what he was doing, man. I don't know what he was doing. Like this for whatever his Cafona or whatever his name is, he was just making it look easy. You know, Gabriel was just doing stupidness. And look at when they scored their goal as well. This is so embarrassing, yeah. Jova's like smiling with the manager. I'm sure he shook his hand as well, like, well done, yeah, you scored a set piece. Is that how we're moving as a club now? Is that how we're moving as a club? Celebrating with the enemy? People gonna say, Abs, oh, you know what, you're going over the top, you know what? Oh, I see things, people. I see things. I see the devil's arrogance just seeping in, thinking that we can just rock up and win games just by a set piece and just by this and that's just by that. I see these things. Now, I'm not ranting, by the way, yeah, because we didn't lose that game. But I'm expecting us to go and have a performance on Saturday against Everton. Evening kickoff, watch along. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're there, people. I'm probably going to do a match preview with man like Craig later on. I know AFC loves those shows, so we'll probably be back later on about 5 if he's available to do a preview. If not, then it is what it is. I ain't got no man of the match yesterday. I just felt everyone was poor yesterday. Not everyone was great. Raya, I think he was the best of the bunch. In Capier, I don't think he had his greatest game, but he wasn't suppose sometimes when players are really terrible, it rubs off on others. So he wasn't. I don't think. I think he was average. Gabriel Saliba, not great. Average. I think Gabriel's. They didn't really have much to do, but when it, you know, it's just those little things that they done. Yeah, Timber, I thought he was all right, without doing much. Declan and Zubamendi, I don't know really what they did well together. They just seemed to be a mismatch with both of them. Saka, poor. Gyökeres, first 5-10 minutes, decent. Martinelli. You know, Martinelli as well, yeah. You know, you need to get the ball to Martinelli fast as well, yeah. When he's got space. There's no point passing to Martinelli when he's got 2-3 players around him, because he's not going to do anything with it. All he's going to do with it is get the ball, look up. Actually, don't even look up. He just pass it back. That's what he does. When he has the space, you have to move the ball quicker to him. And we didn't move the ball quick enough from defense to our forwards yesterday. And as I'm saying, in the summer, I think we need an 8. I think we need a ball playing 8. Yeah. I think we need a really good centre midfielder. We missed Marino through injury. I'm just seeing rumours of Bruno Fernandes to Arsenal. I'll take him, bro. I'll take Bruno, bro. I'll take him. Because he'll be the best 10 at the club. Yeah. Because he's one that takes risks. Yeah. Talking about Goretzka. Move yourself. I don't want Goretzka. But yeah, he's not someone that I would want. But listen, people, let us know what you think, man. What you thought of the game. Let me just go through the comments quickly. Saka played like £300. Man like Flybury, big up yourself, man. Scam the draw. If we get through, I don't see us beating Bodo Glimmet. Blodo Glimmet, Tony calls him. Doesn't that come down to the manager? One shot on target for 72 minutes. Drop Saka for the Carabao Cup final and start Dowman. To have a weapon like Dowman brings something different. 100%. Yeah, we've got a big Carabao Cup next week, man. So yeah, we need to go into that with some good momentum and not feeling sorry for ourselves. Anyway, people, make sure you smash up the likes and all of that. Make sure you subscribe, and we are out. Peace.